friends, MD Vegan. I make another batch of chocolate date pralinés. I made one before. That was with macadamias and goji berries inside the dates. Here I have these beautiful dates, medjool dates. For this purpose they're really nice. You can open them, pick them, fill them, and coat them with the chocolate. I begin with the chocolate, first things first, and then I show you the other ingredients what I filled today. So my chocolate is in a blender. It's bananas and cashews is the base. The cashews is the real base. Yeah, it's like the milk in chocolate, the classical chocolate. Yeah, it gets a little bit lighter, the chocolate with the cashews, and a little bit creamier. But I also take some bananas into there, 3 bananas, and almost a cup of cashews. Not a whole cup, but almost. So 3 medium small bananas to get the blender going, to make it creamier, and also to sweeten a little bit the cacao. Yeah, it will be a chocolate pralinée with dates. That means dates are very sweet, so the chocolate doesn't need to be that sweet. So I just think the bananas a little bit sweetness in the chocolate, not to have it very bitter chocolate, a little bit sweeter. That's what I want. And the next step will be cacao butter and seasoning, and chocolate and cacao powders. But first I do this here. I blend the bananas with the cashews to get everything creamy. That's important to have it creamy. Then add the other ingredients. I'll show you in a moment. That was better than last time. I have a little bit less, I have a little bit more. I have more dates to fill. But that's important to have a little bit more because then it's easier to blend. That's just a practical reason. So I scrape down the sides a little bit and go one more time. And I don't need the full speed, maybe. Let's see. Now I put some more ingredients in, and that, I guess, will be it for the chocolate. So you see, it is not perfectly creamy yet, but with some more ingredients in there, some more volume, it will be easy. I guess it will work. So now I put the cacao powder in there. Here. I have 2 heaping tablespoons, large tablespoons. And I have a little bit of cinnamon, a tablespoon, a large tablespoon too, no, a medium tablespoon, and cacao butter. That makes the chocolate firm up. It should be a little bit firm, of course, otherwise you can't eat the pralinés. Here, cacao butter, and on a water bath, it's an easy way to get it molten or melted. And you have a cacao butter usually in a block or in little buttons, that depends, and you with the block you scrape it down from the block on the cutting board with a knife, and then you put the scrapes into the water bath, on top of the water bath, and then it's very simple to get it molten or melted. So put it in there, and I have to do that afterwards, after blending the cashew cream, because otherwise the cacao butter might end up here on the blender sides, and that is not in the cream where I want it. So go on blending, let's see if that works. A little bit tricky here. I have to scrape it down a little bit again. Looks good, yeah. Most is in the cream. That's good. But of course it's a thick cream. Yeah, that makes it easier afterwards. to get it all coated. It shouldn't be too runny. It looks good. Yeah, I scraped down again a little bit. It's a little bit firm, but I guess that's okay. Blend a little bit more. I will put a little bit of water in there, a very small amount, just to get it a little bit runnier. That should be okay. I mean, I don't want the chocolate to be too runny, but also not too thick, so I'll have to find a middle way here. It also should be a little bit warm, because when the chocolate is warm, of course, it's runnier, and then it's easier to work with. Yeah, that's okay. Show you. I put it into a container here. Here. It's a nice metal container, so I can work with it. So I put now the cream into the container. It's a nice and runny, nice and creamy cream. It's very good. Perfect texture. So I've prepared something I'll show you in a moment to keep this chocolate warm while I work on it. I work with it. I coat now the dates in a moment, and while I work on it with the dates and the cream here, the cream of course begins to cool down, and when it does, it gets firmer, and then it gets harder to work on. So that comes to the side. Here, this is my chocolate cream. You see, it looks very nice, right? Yeah, very nice chocolate cream. And now I have here prepared a little container, and I have some water. This boiled, had boiled for a moment ago. I put the water into that container. It's hot water, as you see. I don't need to have that much water. I put the chocolate cream here on top, and now that remains a little bit warmer, and that makes it easier for me to work with it. Now I'll take a little some underground. This is a little grid, yeah, to put the dates with the chocolate on top, and those that doesn't fall on the cutting board. I have a plate under it. Improvisation here. It's not a professional tools, but you don't need to be professional to do these small things. So now I come to the point here. Here, this is a date, a medjool date. They are nice and large and soft. I cut it open alongside. Very simple. That's the pit, you see. I get it out. The pit goes away. And now I have, I want to make two different kinds of pralinés. The one is with walnuts here, because the walnut in the date, and the other one with cashews. So two different ones, yeah, very easy. And for each of the nuts, yeah, here I put a walnut into a walnut, into a date. You see, half a walnut, and a goji berry, no, a cranberry. See, dried cranberry. They are sweet, and I put the cranberry together here with the walnut, just like that. It's nothing very complicated. And then you know the nice medjool dates. They are soft, so you can shape a little bit. You can use your fingers and put the dates around the nuts. You see, it doesn't have to be perfect. Sticks out a little bit here, the nut. Doesn't matter, you see, but it closes a little bit in the top. See? Almost a closed date. So now, this is the first one. So now I take my fork here, and I put it into the chocolate here. I roll it around with a fork. It's a very easy tool. And it doesn't need to be so thick, the coating. Yeah, see? And now I put it onto this here. Show you what it looks like. It's very easy, you see? Not complicated. So if you have a cooling chocolate, if that is not warmed, then this gets thicker and thicker. Yeah? And you don't want to have that too thick. It's enough. I show you the next one. Here, another one, another date again. Here, the second date. Now the second kind of pralinés. I open it again. You take out the seed. It's very easy. You want to keep the date whole. You want to cut it in 2 pieces. And now I put a cashew nut in there. You see, cashew nut, very easy again. Put a cashew nut in there. You see, a little bad for the cashew nut. And another cranberry. It goes in there again. Cranberry and cashew nut. I have always cranberries in there, and one has a cashew nut and the other has a walnut. So I have 2 different ones. And again, I put it together with the fingers a little bit. You see, that's what I have. Very easy. Almost closed, you see. Cashew nuts are easier. They are better fit for the dates. Again, I put it into my little chocolate bath, turn it around with a fork, lift it out of the chocolate, put it onto the other side. So I have 2 sides here, you see. I know here are the walnuts and here are the cashews. Yeah, and you know, for the walnuts, I put a goji berry on top of the walnuts. Here a goji berry, yeah, that's the decoration. Put 1 goji berry also onto the chocolate pralinés with the walnut. And on the other side, onto the cashew, I have pistachios here. It's a beautiful pistachios, you see. I love these. They go on top of the cashew ones. So that's just for me to know what's inside. So I want to make a little gift to friends, and I want to give them each a different pralinés. I know, okay, this is the walnut one, and this is the cashew one. That's all. And you know, you want a pistachio with a cashew, or a walnut with a goji berry. That's totally up to you, of course, what you combine. I just want to show you a little variety. And now I continue here a little bit. You don't need to watch me making every single pralinés. I've seen it, you've seen it now. And here with the water bath, that is important, so that the chocolate doesn't firm up too fast. And if it does, it has to be warmed up again, but don't warm it too hot, because if it's too hot, the chocolate, you put it onto an oven or so, you can ruin the chocolate and you can't work with it anymore. It has to be a certain temperature, not too hot. Yeah, so 30 degrees, I guess, shouldn't be how much more than 30 degrees or so. I'm not a professional in that, but I have read that, and I have my own experience. If it is too hot, it doesn't work anymore. So I come back in a moment. For you, that will be a moment in this video. For me, it will take some more time. I will finish everything. Take me half an hour, maybe it's ready. And then I cool it down a little bit to make it a little bit firm. And I show you the ready pralinés. In a moment, I'll be back. Look at that. I'm done. Quickly show you what I made here. Yeah. And I didn't yet cool them down, but I thought, well, doesn't matter, they won't change their shape that much. They stay pretty much as they are now from the visual, you know. These are the ones with the cashews, these are pistachios on top, and these are the one with the walnuts. And each of them has additionally cranberry in there, or two. I squeeze them in, and the more I was used to that, the better it got. I could work a little bit better. So I want to show you. I will cool them down. I'll put them in a refrigerator, in a large container, so they don't have contact with the air in the refrigerator. They take on flavor, and so we make sure they are isolated. And what I want to show you now, something else. So this is done now. It's ready. But here is the blender. And the blender, I made the chocolate cream in that. And I scraped down the side a little bit. And you have seen here a little bit chocolate on, and it would be a pity to throw it away. So last time when I made it, I just put a banana in there. Here, just a banana, very easy. And a little bit of water. Because there are so many nuts in there, the cashew nuts. You know, there is a cacao powder, cacao butter, you know, cinnamon. So I don't need to care about the water. It's a nice texture, nice mixture. So let's see what happens. Blender dance. To don't waste the very valuable materials in there. So far, so good. Something is still on the sides of that. Looks nice. I will scrape a little bit more down because it's still a lot of chocolate everywhere. And it has to blend a little bit longer because the chocolate is, of course, it's cold now, colder, and and firm. Yeah, that's why I blend a little longer. And I wonder now, do I need a little bit more water? Yeah, a little bit more water to make it not too thick a chocolate. It's a drink. Yeah, it's a chocolate drink. Question is now what it tastes like. Let's see. One more blender dance. A little bit more. That'd be it. And you blend a little bit longer, also get a little bit creamy and foamy. Makes a very nice texture. Oh, it looks very nice. And you blend it longer, it gets warmer too. It's also very nice for cacao drink. That looks now nice. Now to me, I taste it. Let's check. The chocolate here. Well, it would be so sad to waste it. You know, look what it's like. It's a perfect chocolate drink. Look how much it is. Wouldn't have thrown that away. I see still some more left. Yeah. So one more thing I want to repeat. I want to highlight it a little bit more, and because the water bath I had for the chocolate cream, so it wouldn't cool down while I do it, is really important. And I had a fork. You've seen the fork. And once in a while I stirred the chocolate cream and I changed the water, so make it really more hot, and that makes such a difference. The chocolate cream gets warmer, runnier, and it's so much easier then to work to coat the dates. So this is my second batch here, and a lot more now, and a little bit more routine now, and let's see what comes up next. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. You maybe want to subscribe MDV on YouTube, like my video, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And you can get a new recipe every single day.